What's good, YouTube? It's Brazy Plays back with another NBA 2K26 My Team video, and today we're going to be covering the exchange, or the new festival, the Power Festival. So we're going to be covering that, kind of what's worth it, what to be like kind of grinding for, if you should use your pieces right away or should save them, and just a couple things that maybe people didn't catch that are extremely good value. So first and foremost, Dr. J, AK-47, some of the best cards in the game, but they are completely obtainable unless 2K shocks us and gives us a ton of pieces, but I would not expect that. So both these cards, as always, I would just say pretty much ignore a list if you're going to spend a ton of money on the game. I think I watched Ty open a ton of packs. He spent basically all of his King of the Court VC, which would equate to $1,000-something real life money, and he was like 17 pieces out of 25 for Andre Kirilenko. So obviously, unless you're willing to spend $1,500, you're probably not going to be able to get either of these cards, and I would just pretty much ignore them, even though they are probably some of the best cards in the game. Amen Thompson is the one I'm a little curious about. If I can get enough pieces for him, he is probably who I am planning to go for. Mainly, he's kind of the main card that's like stands out to me. But the best, probably, if that's not the best value, what I would say is the best value is this Suggs and Franz Wagner exchange. It's basically 9 Galaxy Opal pieces. I don't think you even have to use Jalen Suggs, but if you need both positions, I think Suggs is a really good budget pink diamond, and his stats get better when he plays with Franz. So I think this is probably the best value in a card I'm probably going to go for. He's a 6'10 shooting guard. So I think, this is a card that was going for like almost $1 million up until the market crashed a little bit. So one of the best shooting guards probably still in the game. Not like top tier, but still a very good option. We also got a 99 Awakens pack for 400 overalls. Don't think that's worth it. I always think the 99 pack is a decent value, but as this season goes on, I think dark matters are going to be a little bit worse, and there's probably a lot more trolls you can get in this pack since it's a new season. I think last season you couldn't get as many, there weren't as many options, but I think now you're going to see the Kirk Heinrichs, you're going to see the TJ Fords, you're going to see the Rajon Rondos, the Kyrie Irvings in this pack, and that could make this pack a lot worse compared to last season, where a lot of people were pulling Kawhi, LeBron, even James Harden that I pulled in my first one wasn't the worst option, but still not the best. Legend badges are always, in my opinion, one of, if not the best value. 100 overall gets you a pick 5, especially with Shaq and cards like that coming out. This is a good way to get your Shaq badged up. You could grab 15 legend badges right here and call it a festival, basically. But other than that, I wanted to cover the couple things at the beginning, which I think is one of the cooler things they did. So Derrick Rose, 100 overall. All you need to get Derrick Rose 100 overall is a 100 overall piece, and I think this is kind of what 2K needs to do with cards like this, because realistically, the only people that are really going to go for this Derrick Rose are probably Derrick Rose fans. If I have an extra 100 overall sitting around and I've already got my legend badges, this is something I will probably grab just for the fun of it. Other than that, though, we got MJ for 1 Galaxy Opal piece. I didn't look if they changed his release. I doubt they did. If he's basically the same as his Dark Matter, it's not a bad value, but once again, if I have one left over, definitely grab this. Blake Griffin, I already got the Dark Matter from the Greatness set, so that card's pretty much just ignoring that. But Sangoon for 1 Dark Matter piece as well, a really decent power forward option for a lot of people. So I think that's cool that they made all these only 1. So hopefully we see more of that in the future, and maybe occasionally some of these cards are a little bit better that are cheap like this. So I would say, if you have extra pieces, I would definitely look at that. If you're a Derrick Rose fan, this is a huge W for you, because they actually made a card who's not that great in the game because he's undersized, and they gave him to us for basically free. Because you could do your park win streaks, you can do challenges, and you'll easily get 100 overall without really much effort. So I'd say that's one of the cooler things they did. Asar Thompson, I think if you want a shooting guard, I would just get Franz. I think he's better than Asar, so personally, that's how I would do that. I think Birdman is a decent option, but 12 Galaxy Opals is kind of expensive, and I think there's just going to be a lot better power forwards. and I wouldn't run him at center personally. So I think you're in better options. Novak, don't really know much about him, but 6 pink diamond. If you have him left over, I don't think that's a terrible option. I'm trying to look if any of these other duos have a card that's really good that you'd be getting. Not really. I mean, you could get okay, I wouldn't do this just because it's 3, but you technically could get 100 overall Donovan Mitchell for free, which is kind of cool. So that's something there if you just want to add 100 overall. Other than that, I mean, the 10 box isn't the greatest, but if you have some left over at the end, never think that's too bad of an option. But really, this festival, in my opinion, is if a man is obtainable for a point guard option, I think this is the one everybody should kind of be going for. If he's not, I would personally, I'm going to be grabbing just maybe the Derrick Rose, the Legend badges, and possibly like the 99 pack if I got some extras just for the fun of pulling that pack. But overall, I think this is a decent festival. I think there's a little bit of in between. I hope we continue to get a decent amount of pieces. So in a perfect world, I'll be able to get Franz, I'll be able to get a Amen Thompson, and that would be, and maybe even a Legend badge too, just from grinding. But if we can't get, even if we don't get enough pieces for Amen, you can still get Franz, you can still get Legend badges, and you can also still get these cards to have in your collection or for the fun of it. So I think it's a decent festival. Let me know what you guys are going for. Let me know if I missed anything that's worth it. It's going to be a short one today. If you guys like the video, please like the video. Feel free to subscribe and tune in to the next one.